Today we will talk about AutoCalc's methods, the PageBased and the Page Priority Based calculation methods. You will find them in bottom number 2 under the AutoCalc panel. Of course, we have a lot of different kind of type. Other videos will show you how to use them. I will focus in this small demonstration on the PageBased Pagination and the Page Priority Based Pagination. Both of them is a little bit different from all the other guys in the bang. The other ones are actually one record point to one snippet or one item design. The PageBased Pagination and the Page Priority Based Pagination are pointing to a page design. So it's quite a different way of working with auto-pagination of the page. Let's take a look at all the preconditions that must be for everything to work, but let's start here. The first thing I have is a standard page, and I will set up a grid 3 times 4 and a little bit space between it as I got. I have created a lot of different kind of snippet design. Here I have 1 times 1, and you should try to imagine that this item design is actually not just a text frame as it is right now, but is a collection of different kind of design objects like image frame, text frames, decoration frames, lines and splashes and barcodes and everything you can imagine on this small place. This design is taking a little amount of your page. We can have a look at a couple of others. This one is the double size. This one is quite large. And different kind of design snippet will be the, of course, a part of the page. To create the full page, we're working with what we call a predefined design. Predefined page design, you will find it here. You can easily create your own page design by saying, I want to create a new one. Let me show you how this is done. I'll just delete some of them, make this area bigger, for instance. And I will select an item that fit in this size. So that could be a 2 times 2. I got one in my list here. Let's say that these 2 and maybe these 4, I would like the small design for that. And in this case, I will have a larger one for that 1 times 2, for instance. Just skip this one and make this large. So this could actually be how a page should be built. The predefined page design, you can use it in many other combinations, but the predefined is also pointing to a design made totally where everything should go into, just like you saw on the page-based pagination and the page priority-based pagination side. So to save this one is just click away. Just press this one and you can give it a name that you will remember tomorrow. Test is a good name for me right now. Okay, let's take a look at the data source. I've got it opened in numbers, and as you can see, I have for data very few. Normally, if you're creating a special offer newspaper or something like that, you will have a lot of columns for data and file paths pointing to images and stuff like that. But in my case, the layout is the most important thing. So I have just some dummy data here in the first column. In the next one, I'm having a column name on page. It doesn't need to be that name, but it could be just page. And in this case, I have 3 records pointing to page 1, and a number for page 2, and a single one for page 3. So this is actually the column saying that this product will go into page 1 or page 2 or whatever. The next column is the page design. So the predefined page, just like we did before with the green and blue boxes, is actually the design for the full page. So you can say page 1 will be produced by using the page CEP -3 box design. And page 4, for instance, will use the page CEP-4 design, a little bit different design, and so on. So AutoCalc is about reading in the data which kind of design should be positioned on which page and in which kind of snippets. It's very easy to use when you set up the system. Just save the information as a settings, and just to give you an idea how to set it up. First thing, set up a grid. That's easy. Select the type of page AutoCalc you are going to use. Go to the bottom number 4, the texting panel, and here you will connect information about which column goes into where. I have recently produced something else, so I just delete this one. But for the width and for the height of the element, you don't need to have information when you're using the paste type. But for the item design, you will have the page design pointing to that, and for the page, you will see on page for that column. So this is all you need inside the link panel. It will know where to pick up the information. Just save this one as a PB. That was OB PB design, just like that one. Give it a name so you remember it tomorrow. And when you've done that, press the calculate button, and it will produce all the pages for you. And as you can see, different kind of design, even design going on an unregular page grid design. It managed from here. Imagine all these boxes was image boxes, price splashes, and stuff like that, as I mentioned before. This is a good demo example of what will going on in that a page-based AutoCalc methods. Let's go to the last page. On the last page, we have something here. As you probably remember, all the data has a data dash something, a number, and it was from 1 to 42. But you can see that data dash 10 and 10a, which should be on page 2, was actually positioned on the last page. And that's the feature we got. So if you, for some reason, have added too much data, you have too many records that will not fit on the page, we can just skip fast to page 2. As you can see, page 2 only got room for 6 records, and we will probably see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data records pointing to page 2, and you only have a design matching 6. The rest of the element will be positioned on the last page in a design called extra. So you will have to make a design that's without not just the ones you have for the designs, but an extra design called extra, and it will always be positioned on the last page of the document. Okay, so this one was a dummy show. I will show you a real customer example of how to use the PageBased Pagination, and it will just be this one I've got here. Just run the process, won't talk much about it, but just give you an idea. Okay, just done. I should click on that one. Let's go to page 1 here. The first thing I will show you is that we do have a lot of different design. You probably are not able to see much of it, but we got a lot of design that it will be easier to see on page 2, as you can see here. I didn't click on page 1, that's why it didn't show. But as you can see, I have a lot of different design. I have a lot with different kind of colors and different kind of merge markers, just like you would have in a normal production. And what we have done is created different kind of look and feel for each pages. And of course, none of them are the same, but you can see that it will probably make good sense how this could be done. Let me navigate to page 1, so that one's selected, and I will make the AutoCalc production. Just by clicking this one, it will set up my grid. It will also set up the information in last here, and which column should be for page and for design. So just press my calculate, and now it will go through the full job here and position everything. This is actually a customer job, So it's high-res images, so we will have to be a little bit patient while everything is produced and preview is created and stuff like that, whatever it says. And a lot of images are created. Okay, so this end up with my page 1, and of course it's totally allowed to manipulate this one if you want, for instance, this image to get a little bit bigger. That would be probably be nicer. You just do that, and of course it will look better. And the same for the other pages. But there are a lot of information here saying, oh, I just have to turn this off. That's my layer parts. Just this block one, and better to see what it looks like. Okay. Both these examples, the dummy example and the live example, was using the PageBased Pagination, the first of the two. The next one I will show you is a little bit more complex, but I think you will enjoy it too. So hang on a little bit. First of all, I will take standard page, that's the regular page. I will use the same design as you saw before, and I will use different kind of page design. Just shift my element here, and that's my PageBased. Yeah. And of course, I will just show you some of the design. I actually want to pinpoint this one, I think. Another thing I will do is I will make an outline around the boxes, just so you better can see that I have the one main product here and I have some sub-product on top of it. So you can see that for this area we actually have one big, large item design, and for those small lying on top of the other we have some smaller one. The rules are still the same, that you will state which kind of design the page will actually acquire. But instead of the elements just go into the design in the order that is sorted in the data source, it actually looked up which kind of priority. So you will have a column saying priority, and when we are using this one, it actually goes in and look for that functionality too. Just select this one, and I will have this priority. There's an extra information in the data source saying which kind of importance you got, and it will go into the correct area on the page. So you can decide exactly where you're going. Quite important. Just making a fast one on this one, and press the calculate button, and it will do the pages, and as you can see, the extra priority is coming into the page and is presented on top of element. And of course, this one could be images and text frame and stuff like that. But on every pages, you have a very good idea of how it will look like. Okay, this completes my page priority based and my PageBased Pagination. Two great ways of decide how your pages should look like, and see the other videos for more information about the other pagination method. AutoCalc is a great way of making your catalog. Thank you for watching.